So in this section, we're going to learn the FastAPI and how to connect it into the HTML. You can see the API in the user interface, but later on, you need to have a front end to show the data, to do something with the data. We are going to look at the detail how to use Jinja, and then how to create HTML and show the fast API in HTML. So fast API, it only provides API or data without a front end. You see from the Swagger AI, Swagger UI, you cannot see anything. That is only a type of rendering with the user interface to show what is the data, integer, string, and then whether you need to limit the string, you need to limit the integer, and etc. In order to render a front end or the HTML page, it requires additional scripting code, and you need additional library to find the endpoint. So we are going to use the Fast API, and today we are just looking at the very simple rendering of HTML page. I'm going to use this code. Let's suppose this is the main6.py. Okay. So this code provides the HTML inside the Python code. If you look at this, we are using the Fast API, and then Fast API responses with the HTML response. And let's suppose I'm using the UV inside. Okay, this is the UV. And yeah, here is the home. Okay. So when we are at the home address, so we will see the message hello world. Now, if I put the link hello, then let's do the response, and the response will be the HTML response. It means I'm going to run the function hello page, and this function hello page will be an HTML file. So the HTML file, it is in the text. So you can see here, it is using three kind of double quote. So this three double quote means this is a string, and this string contains the HTML. I think you already learned, okay, the HTML. It contains two parts, head and body. So the head contains one statement about title, and the body contains two statements about the H1 and P. So let me copy and paste this. Now let me make a new file, Python file. Let's suppose main6.py. Okay. So this is main6.py, and then I put here, okay, and then let me stop. So you can run your code from here. Okay, you can see the play button in the main method. I'm going to use the main6.py, and I will run this. After I run this, let's see. So the home is hello. Now, if I do with hello, we have a new HTML file. So this is the HTML file, hello fast API, and this is a basic HTML page from Fast API. If you look at the code here, yeah, H1, this is the heading 1, Hello FastAPI, and it is a paragraph. This is a basic HTML page from the FastAPI. And the title is Hello FastAPI. So the title is Hello FastAPI. Okay, this is the code. Now, if you look at the docs, if you look at the docs or the user interface using the Swagger, so you have two. Get the first is just the response about the hello page, hello world, and hello page. It is a response in terms of string, so it is a HTML. And you can see the result like this one. So hello FastAPI. This is a basic HTML page from FastAPI. If you look at this part, okay, this is the HTML file. Do you think is it good to have this HTML file? Yeah, if the HTML file is simple, you can use like this way. But in fact, whenever you use some libraries, for example, last week we learned about Bootstrap, or if we use some other framework, then the HTML file will be so complicated. And if you put them into this string, yeah, it will make you some trouble. So you need to figure out how to make it a better file and how to access to the HTML via the Python file. So we need some additional tool. Okay. The first API, we need to have HTML with additional tool. And in this study, I would like to use Jinja. Jinja is one of the library that you can connect to the HTML. And the step by step is first you need to create folder templates. Oh, sorry, I think let's just put the S. Okay, let's push S because in the many literatures we use templates with S. But yeah, okay, just make it for the consistency. After you create the templates, let's install the Jinja, and then let's create the Python files and create the HTML files. So let's do step by step. So the file structure, yeah, the Python file, it is to run the Fast API, and then the HTML files, I'm going to make two files. The first is index.html and the other is result.html. The index.html, it is to show the home page, and result.html, it is to show once a button is clicked. Now let's create the folder templates. When you are in the PyCharm, okay, now let's go to the project. In the project, you can do the right click. In the right click, you can have many options. For example, yeah, you can create a new, you can cut, copy, copy paste, paste from history, and etc. Now let's click new. And because I'm going to create a new folder or a new directory, then you can go to this directory. Okay. I'm not sure with the Korean word, but maybe it's the same directory. So you can create a new directory And now let's put the name templates. And you will see there is a new directory, templates. Okay, so there is a new directory, templates. After you have this directory, in order to run the HTML, we need to execute the link with Jinja. Okay. So go to the terminal and then install Jinja. In this case, we are going to install Jinja 2. So previously I mentioned to you in the PyCharm, you can go to the bottom left. Okay, there is the section about terminal. There is a section about terminal. So this is the local terminal. And in this local terminal, now let's install the Jinja. Let's see. pip install Jinja 2. I'm not sure if it is working well, but let's see. This is one way to install Jinja, but you need to check whether this Jinja is properly installed in your virtual environment or not. So you can check on your setting and then check on your interpreter. So make sure that you have the Jinja 2 here. Okay. If you already have the Jinja 2, then it means this file has been installed properly. And you can use this one in your project. Now, after you have this Jinja, let's do the Python file. So here I have the new file. Let's say I'm creating a new file, min7.py. Yeah, you can just use the previous file or you can create a new file. It's up to you. Let me just create a new file so it can distinguish what is the difference between the previous file and the new file. In this file, if you take a look on the first part, we are going to import two classes. The first is the FastAPI class and the other is request class. And then the second line, it is about how to import the Jinja templates. Yeah, in this case, I'm using the UVCon. Yeah, you can skip if you don't want to use this one. You can just directly use the uh, play button if you wish, if you think that this is better. This is the app for the FastAPI. And okay, this is where you need to define. Okay. So Jinja is a bridge between the Python file to your HTML file. So you need to specify where is your directory for the HTML file. In this case, I need to specify templates. So this templates indicates the directory templates that we are going to use. So if you put the name is template without s, then yeah, you can specify like this one. If you put this directory for HTML, yeah, you can change like this one. But it should be consistent with the directory name. Okay. Because my directory name is templates, so let's just use templates. Now, we have the home. Previously, we use a message. So the message will give you a hello world, and it shows automatically the text hello world. Now, I do not want to use the hello world. Instead of the hello world, I'm going to use HTML file. So I'm using the templates, which is from the Jinja, and I'm calling the template response. This template response will need to access the file. I will use the index.html for this one. And we need to put the request. So there will be a parameter, name is request, and this request will depend on this request. So the request is for the FastAPI to know that we are going to get the HTML file. The second app, we are going to do the link grid. Okay, so the link is grid, and we have two parameters. The first parameter is request, that is to get the HTML file, and the other parameter is about the name. So as you know already, if we use multiple parameters, we can do the verification according to the data type. Okay, so we learned about the string, integer, float, list, enum, and float and other things. Now we can put the parameters not only according to the data type, but according to the object, in this case, request. And once we click on this section, we are going to execute the result.html. In addition to that, we need to specify what are the requests, in this case, the requests from the HTML, and we are going to put the name. So the name will be the name according to the string that you define on this link. Now let's go to the next section. So this is the Python file. Let's create a new file, index.html, and let's say this is the text. So I will copy this one, and then let's create a new file in the folder templates. You can click on the folder templates and then do the right click, and then you can see new. In the new section, you can see a lot of files. Not only Python file, Jupyter notebook file, Scratch file, you can see also JavaScript file, TypeScript file, HTML file, style sheet, Docker file, and so on. Okay. Now I'm going to create HTML file. Okay, so later on you can also make the HTTP request file, you can create open API and so on. Okay, now let's make the HTML file. And you need to specify what is the file name. In this case, the file name will be index. After you click that one, you will see that there is a new file where you put the files in the folder templates, and the name is index.html. Okay. After the index.html appears, now let's put the code from the PowerPoint into this section. So we have the HTML file, and the title is FastAPI Week 1, for example, and then let's do the heading 1, it is the FastAPI, and then we have a paragraph and the unit. Now, you have a form. Last week, when we learned about the HTML, we learned about the form, and this form have an action. The action will go to grid. Okay, grid. What is grid? So grid here refers to the link. This link. And then let's now use the method get. Okay, we will learn more about this get. No, not today, but later. And then there is an input. So the input is a text, and let be the name is the name, and the placeholder is your name. It means it will show the text your name, and then you can input any name. You have a button, submit. So when you click submit, then it will go to this link. Okay. This is the index.html. Okay. So this file is the home page. Using the method get, it is to get the name, and once there is a name, it will connect to the link grid. And based on the definition, grid refers to the result.html. So this is based on this one. If you click grid, then you will go to result.html. Now let's go checking the result.html. Let's create the result.html inside the folder templates. Let's create in the folder templates. Let's create a new file. Okay, in this templates, let's do the right click, and then you can create a new HTML file, and let's put the name results. Result without s. Oh, sorry, result without s. Then you will have the result.html, and copy and paste this into the result.html environment. And you will see the head section. The title is greeting. We have the body section. We have the heading one. Heading one, hello. And then we have this one, curly braces, curly braces, curly braces, curly braces. Is refer to the variable that you want to show. Because we have the variable is name, then it will show the name. A paragraph, this message is generated by a FastAPI. And then we have a hyperlink reference, which is a slash. Slash means we want to return back. We want to return back to the home. Okay. Because there will be two kind of link. The first is only slash, which is the home, and the other is grid. It is to go to the result.html. Okay, once you have this one, now let's try to run it. Okay, this is the min7.py. Let's run this. So once you run, you will see the heading one, welcome to FastAPI, and enter your name. So you can type your name. Let's say, yeah, here. Submit. Then the second page, or this is the result.html, will show you the message, hello, Yahya. So this is based on the link grid. And then you will specify what is the name, that is Yahya. And this message is generated by FastAPI. This is the text. After you have this one, let's get back. If you click back, then you will go back to the home page. Okay. Yeah, let's say you want to put one more part, for example, I don't know. Then when you submit this, you will see the result. Why it takes a long time? Okay, hello how. So this message is generated by FastAPI. And then if you return back, then it will go back to the original site or the home page. Okay. Now, let's go to the docs. In the docs, you have the home and you have grid. In the grid, they required you to have one name, which is a string. Okay. But from this part, actually you cannot see anything. There is no HTML. So the docs only give you about the data, but there is no particular link to the HTML file. So this HTML will be only in the Jinja. It is to connect between your Python file and your HTML file. When you are in the index.html, you don't have any data. You just have only the request. When you are in the grid, you can connect to the result.html. Now you have a name. So the name that you mentioned here, actually, this is the name that will be used here. Okay. So later on, we will learn more about this particular data. It means I can say that this is the server. Okay. So any data from the server, any data from this file or the Python file, we are going to deliver it to the front end. And in this case, the front end is the result.html. Okay. The result here is the name. The name will appear according to the input that you give in the index.html. Then how the Python know about the name? So here the input variable is name. So once you give the input to this name will go to the grid. And then in this grid, we are using the method get. It is to get the name, and the name will go to this function. So the name will go to this function. So once the name goes to this function, we will put this name into the parameter in the result.html, and this name will appear into the result.html. Okay, so that's the way the data works from one website or the one HTML file into another HTML file. This is the flow. Okay, I draw a little bit, just showing the simple flow. When you are in the browser, now you are going to access the home. Okay, the home means without any link. And then in the home, you will access the FastAPI in the main.py. And this will render the index.html. After you render the index.html, you will see on your browser. Now, when you have your browser form, you will input the text. So the text is half. And we already defined that this is a name. Based on the particular variable on the input, in the input, because we are using name. So the variable name is name here, and the string is health. In the FastAPI endpoint, so we are sending this one into the grid, send the variable, and then show it into the result.html. So this is the flow from the home and the grid. If you look at this section, I think this is the very simple get method. Let's say if you are in the Google, okay, for example, okay, you go to Google. Now I'm going to search, let's say FastAPI. Can you see on the top, this one? Okay, so later on, you can check on your computer. So the top here, actually, this is the parameter. This is the same with the parameter that you just learned. Question mark. Question mark means this is after you go to the search button, you will have some parameters. For example, the Q. Q refers to the query. The query is the FastAPI. And then we have the symbol N. The symbol N means we have another parameter, which is the SCAESV here. I'm not sure what is it, but this is the Google code. Okay, once you have this one, you have another N symbol. So the N symbol, it is to get the FLSIG and so on. So there are so many kind of symbol here to indicate something. Yeah. If you have interest to learn about those things, of course, yeah, you need to go to a kind of website company. They will know about those kind of things. For example, this one after the symbol N, okay, symbol N. Then we have the symbol N, yes, symbol N, and etc. So it is the splitter. So the splitter means we want to split based on the data, the data, the data. So we have also another N, this is the data, and so on. So this is what we call as the method get. Anyway, we will learn more about these things later. So today we are just using the very simple HTML. Okay, you learn about the hello world, and then you learn about the hello world with parameters. And today we just connect with the simple HTML. And yep, that's all. Any questions? Okay, if there is no question, then I would like to